Hello YouTube, welcome back to Cryptbeards XVII. Ah yes, the 17th Cryptbeards fort. No more successful than previous revisions, but... Well, there we go, there's a good butt. Let's start with a butt, shall we? No, just a hanging butt. No actual butt to connect to, but we said the word anyway. Brilliant. These intros are getting worse and worse, aren't they? Anyway, let's not muck about. Let's get in and see what's going on. Now, we've still got a couple of bodies here in the entryway, and that is thanks to the elven ambush, well, I say ambush, elven attack from last stream. And you know what? They only killed 10 people. It wasn't that bad. Everything was okay. No one special died. Well, they're all special in their own special way, but nobody I cared about died, so we're all good. Or did they? Did anybody important die? Does anybody remember? I find that the viewers usually remember what happened better than I did. So hopefully you'll be holding my hand. Also, those of you watching on YouTube won't be able to interject very rapidly. This may take a few days, maybe even a week to come out. But those people watching live, I'm going to be asking for help because I intend to tackle some more difficult subjects in Dwarf Fortress this session. I want to dabble with minecarts. And of course, I have absolutely no idea what to do with minecarts, so hopefully someone in chat will have a little bit of knowledge and spill that out for me. Now, rather than doing the full fortress tour, which takes up so much time, let's just go straight down to the new fortress and start thinking about how I want to expand it. Ah, of course, the male bird room. We want to put some male birds in here, but we need to put a pen. Not a pen, what is it called? A zone, that's the word. Put in a zone, make it a pasture, assign all the male birds to it, and then that will significantly reduce sexy time with the ladybirds. Not the you know what I mean. And we won't have so many chicks knocking around, and we'll get more yummy scrummy eggs to eat. Although, having said that, if I had a choice between a roast chicken and a boiled egg, much as I do love boiled eggs, I would probably go for the chicken. I mean, even if someone offered me the same mass of roast chicken and boiled eggs, unless we were using the boiled egg as the benchmark for the amount we were getting, I don't think I'd want to choose the eggs anyway. Because if you think about it, if you get a whole chicken's mass worth of eggs, that's going to bind you up for days. And the flatulence, my God, it'll strip paint. Yeah, I think eggs are best enjoyed in moderation, as good for you as they are. Hello, Herr der Schildkröten? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us, and I think I got your name right, but if I got it wrong, I'm sorry. Please feel free to correct me. What's my goal for the minecarts? Well, Claycree, the goal really is to get first, or moving to the smelteries more rapidly, and then expand to move crucial ingredients to where they're used. So we'll probably establish a mine. We're going to get the fighting pit finished, and then we can send the diggers off to do all sorts of mining and maybe grab-ups? Excuse me. Oh dear. That was unpleasant. Yes. What was I saying? I'm completely distracted by that little expulsion of wind there. Let's set this as a pasture. Oh yes, minecarts. Yeah, so moving, maybe set up a train, moving created items down to a crafts dwarf shop to be decorated, and then down again to be jewel encrusted. Something of that nature. Hello, Buckshot Brigade. You're not late. I've only been live for 16 minutes and recording for but 3 minutes of those. Well, 4 minutes in 5 seconds. Whatever. My accuracy doesn't need to be that on point, does it? Let's quickly put the birds of a male persuasion into this pasture. There we go. There's that one. Don't use the arrow keys. That's going to screw things up. Cows are not birds. Oh, hello. If I say M, and that's removed the males. Okay, let's do F, and that's removed the females. This is going to make things better. Dog, cat, dog, goblin, probably a goblin, alpaca troll, water buffalo, billy goat, gander, you can go in there, blue peacock, you can go in there, dogs, llamas. I wonder if you can crossbreed any birds. I think there's mods for like genetics and breeding, isn't there, for animals? I'm not sure it's included in the game. It might be. It seems like the kind of thing that they would include. Sorry, where are we going? Stray gander, boom, that can go in there. Come on, take your sperm away from the ladies. We do not need any of that nonsense. Stray giant magpie, that needs training before it... Oh, it's not in a cage. Okay, we'll put that in there. Blue peacock. Actually, we do want the giant magpies to breed, so let's take him out of there and make sure he's with the lady, and then we'll have more giant magpies, which I imagine will be fairly decent in combat. I mean, anything with a hard beak swooping out of the air, regardless of size, is going to be of some threat to your enemies. I mean, even arguably, a flock of smaller birds might be better because they'd be harder to target with arrows. So, rather than having an enormous magpie, much as the corvids are a threatening species, or a clade? No. Family? Group of birds. I think, a little swarm of starlings, maybe not sparrows, but starlings at least, something of that size, would be a bit dangerous. Pigeons even. I think on that. Or don't. It's up to you. Roosters, we'll put those in. Or, as they are often known, cocks. oh, the barely disguised innuendo. In fact, it's not even subtext. That was, subtext? Surtext? No, that's not right. Just text. Let's put some Oh, hang on. Poults. They're a form of bird, right? I'm pretty sure they are. Goslings, they can go in there. Male goslings. Separate them out. Make sure they don't get their sperm all over the shop. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of males. Then again, that's just more roast. That's good. We probably have the wherewithal to do a one of those crazy over-the-top roasts for Christmas. The goose with a duck with a chicken in it. Madness, but probably delicious madness. And so there we go. Chicks, put all these chicks in. Poults, don't put the yak calf in there. That's going to end in tears. They need grass. Poults. That's an elf, and an elf. We could put them in with the birds. That would be humiliating for them. Sitting there, huddled in their cages, absolutely slathered in bird shit. No. Come on. Don't get distracted with elven torture. It's a waste of time. You're better than that, scoundrel. Let's put some doors on that as well, just in case the birds get overcome with sexual frustration and decide to, sorry for putting the emphasis on the word come there, and decide to stray out there in search of a little bit of hot cloaca to smash. No, that's very vulgar. We shouldn't say that. Do we have any more nest boxes? What have I said? Oh my god. No, we don't have any more nest boxes. So I think we'll put a few orders in for them because, frankly, at this stage, I'm not sure we can have enough nest boxes. N-E-S-T space B-O-X. There we go. We don't want to make them out of iron. That's needlessly extravagant. Let's just make them out of rock. The birds will be fine with rock nest boxes. And let's put in an order for 30 of the bastards because, birds, innit? Okay, let's check our orders while we're here. Steel leggings, yeah, we're banging those out. Rock coffins, of course. Melting metal objects, ka-ching. Make rock mugs, nice. Decorate with bones. Do we really need to do that? I can cancel that order now, right? Mind you, I ordered 100 and now we have over 200 people in the fortress. So there's not a mug for everybody, which I think is probably going to cause tension. I mean, even in a shared house with only 3 or 4 people, a lack of mugs can be devastating to the social landscape. That's the wrong word, but it'll work. Let's just pretend it was the right word. We're decorating stuff with bone. I should probably remove that because we've had a number of moods where people have sat there like lemons going, I need some bone. What am I supposed to do if I can't get hold of bone? So we're going to remove that. Oh, I remembered the key. It's R. Oh, I'm getting good at Dwarf Fortress. Hello, Turnaboutism. Sorry to have missed you there in chat. The turducken is an American... Oh, the turducken. Of course, a turkey in a... Is it? No, it's a duck in a turkey, surely. Turkey's the bigger bird, right? Yes. I think it's older than America. I think there's definitely medieval recipe books that, obviously for higher-ranking nobility, but there's recipe books that have that whole idea. Personally, I think, how do you carve that? That's a fucking right pain because you got 3 sets of bones to go through, right? Or do you completely debone the inner birds and leaving only the outer bird boned for structure? But then again, how do you get to it? Is it just the stuffing? Do you just mince the birds up and make a lovely stuffing with it? It seems, as I said, needlessly extravagant, but still, imagine the soup you'd get the next day when you boiled up the carcasses. Oh, I do. That's the beauty of a roast chicken. You buy a chicken, that's 3 days' dinners. Easy. Anyway, sorry, where we are. Science said you can't crossbreed things currently. Okay, mostly because of how breeding stuff is coded. Well, that makes sense. There's enough complexity in this game. Do we really need another layer just sprinkled on top? I don't think so. I think we're good with how we are at the moment. The whole dwarven spore problem. Okay, no idea what that means, but... oh, and Claycree also has no idea what that means, so he's asked. So hopefully an answer will be forthcoming. Dwarves and other animals don't actually need to be in the same space to impregnate each other. Oh my goodness. That sounds positively Herculean in its extravagance. Look at this, just imagine that. I mean, my God. I mean, whew. I'm just getting some visual images of how dwarven reproduction might work if they don't even need to touch each other. And frankly, it's both messy and disturbing at the same time. You definitely have to lift that beard up. You don't want anything getting caught in mid-flight. That would be unfortunate, especially with the lack of water and washing facilities in most fortresses I've constructed. Oh my goodness. The mind boggles. Fixed for dwarves a little while ago. Don't know about livestock. Excuse me. It must work because segregating the male birds tends to stop birth rates in birds, so there must be some proximity thing going on there. Or maybe it just checks to see if they're in the same pasture. Who knows? Somebody must, but I don't know. The joke was that dwarves and other animals just release spores inside the fort. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hello, Filthy. Welcome back. Filthy, our much maligned, unfairly maligned broker, who I constantly berate for not being in the trade depot when I haven't even summoned them. Preemptive apologies, Filthy, because no doubt I'll be taking your name in vain at some point this stream. Let's have a look down. The mayor is here, unless I missed some mayoral-related event. Filthy was the mayor, but someone came along who might have had a little bit of vampiric charm going on, and they took the crown, and I'm not sure they're still alive. We'll do a therapist check. Once I've got through this little check of the orders. In fact, let's get back to that. Let's stop blabbing. I'll ignore chat for a few minutes and I'll come back and talk to you in a bit. Let's get this done. We want brewing to be still on. Rock pots are handy because they allow us to keep all of our delicious food and drink in stuff. Spiked green glass balls. Why, yes. The value of those will only increase over time as our crafts dwarf becomes more and more skilled in his craft. Then we want some cheese, milking. That's good. Both of those, very symbiotic. Much synergy. What have we got here? Make large clay pot, sure. Make clay jug, sure. Glaze clay stone jug, blah 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 blah. Brilliant stuff. Making lots of clothes. These are the orders that we put in. All the previous stuff we asked them to do because we made a full set's worth of orders have been completed, but these somehow have languished. But now they're getting done, so that's good. We're making some leather shoes. Well, actually, we're not making leather shoes, but we should be making leather shoes soon. And we're preparing lavish meal. Oh, there's another page. Have I got multiple orders for doors in? Nope, just the one. And there's 15 left out of the 20 orders. That's good. And we're making a steel mace, a steel spear, and a steel battle axe, which I thought had been done, but apparently not. And we're going to assign those to our military dwarves to make them rock hard. Not in that way, you filthy-minded monsters. Right, and we're also making rock nest boxes, which I just told them to do. Fantastic. So let's get out of here. Let's unpause the game so stuff can happen. And let's take a look. Oh dear, I've forgotten what I was going to do. Oh, let's pause the game again. And let's go over to Dwarf Therapist and just check the state of our dwarves. Hello. Excuse me, I just need to... Pardon me. So, let's quickly check the nickname state, just to make sure anyone who's here has a nickname if they want one. Shouldn't have refreshed. That's taken a little bit of time. So, Anubis, you're on your second dwarf. Still alive, though, so that's good. Belug, still here. Blade, Buckshot Brigade, Fettercroll, Filthy, Fuzzy Logic, Gingy Ginger, Itagawa, Johnny 5, Claycree, the Vampire, you're probably going to be around for a while. Liquid Samurai, Lanicerus, Firehawk, Plutonium Jesus, Rando 303, Rice's 009, Sabata, Sanctum Spirit Stone that is, Science, Singor, Sir Carlo, Sorrel the Sol, the Hobo Hunted, Vehement's second iteration, and Virtual Spaceman, all still alive in the fortress. Anyone else who wants one? Now is a good time to ask because we're in Therapist and we don't have to skip backwards and forwards to do it. So what's the situation? Let's sort by nothing and just look at the coverage for our different operations. So, miners. How is mining? Well, we've got two legendary miners, one of whom is Rando 303, our best miner. the real miner. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 others who are developing their skill, let's say. Perhaps not masters of their craft yet. Carpentry, we've got that covered. Bowery, we don't even have a bow shop, so we'll leave that. Wood cutting, covered. Wood crafting, covered. Masonry, covered. Stone detailing, nicely covered. Stone crafting, easily covered. Look at these legendary boys. Wow. Animal care, yep, covered. Animal training, gonna do that. There we go. Not excellently covered. I might need to assign more training orders. I feel like we need to start preparing our trainers for when we are getting the exotic animals I crave. Hunting, God, I don't care about hunting or trapping. Small animal dissections, not really relevant here. Gelding, I have never gelded an animal. Although, if a population explosion occurs, maybe I'll dabble. Maybe I'll begin to dabble. Now, the medical skills. We've got diagnosis. Well, we have got surgeons, bone setters, suturers. Oh, we've got bone setters in the fortress, properly. And wound dressers, that's cool. But the more highly trained forms of doctoring, they're only represented in our visitors. So hopefully they're willing to do the job. We'll see. A little check at chat, let's see. Creatures don't breed with spores since 0419. Oh, that's been a while then. Wait, have I survived? Have I died yet? I think you're alive, Buckshot. I think you're alive. I'm pretty sure you are, but we'll check just again in a second. I'm here. Hello, Sergeant Indy. Welcome back. You're up on the big T, but I've got a lot of dishes to do, so I won't be available for chat stuff. That's fine, Sergeant. Don't you worry. It's nice just to know you're there. It's warming the cockles of my heart. What was I sorting by again? Nicknames. There we go. Has nickname. Just check Buckshot Brigade. Yep, you're still alive. You're currently sparring. Whoa, you're in the army now. Okay, sorry, where were we? We were looking for farmers. How's our farmers? Oh, yes, plenty of farmers. Soapers? Soap is still a big mystery to me. Maybe we should do that before we focus on mine carts and other things like that. I don't know. Wood burning, I haven't burnt a single log. Potash making, likewise. Lye making, okay. The mayor, the politician, is the only person in the fortress skilled in lye making. Ooh, topical. Satire, very, very good. Milling. That's it. Now I've covered controversial political topics. I'm going to become wildly popular on YouTube, which I don't want. I don't want that. Well, I don't mind getting wildly popular, but not for that. Fuck that. Pressing. What do we got? Plant gathering. We're getting pretty good at that. Plant processing. Surprisingly, not that great. Oh, brewing. Brewing is a different category of its own. That's fine. We've got a lot of good brewers. Cooks. We're getting a decent lot of people along. We've got an adept cook, so some of those extravagant meals will be okay. Milkers, cheesemakers. Surprised we don't have more skill, considering how long I've had those orders standing. But okay. Butchery. Surprising, we haven't actually butchered that many animals. Tanning. Oh my goodness. Only Solon, please. Unless, of course, he's in one of the military squads. Let's just check Solon's skills. Doesn't look like it. Solon Astislath, you are going to be focusing on tanning. Oh, hang on a minute. Not much point doing that. Because we don't really have anything coming through for tanning. But let's turn off these two boys here. What's your job? Planter. Planter and professional tanners. Well, we'll allow you the dignity of keeping your designation. But get good or get lost. Leatherworking. No one does leatherworking. That could be what's stopping us getting those shoes made. Maybe some of these boys here wouldn't mind moving from tanning to leatherworking. That seems good. Let's commit that change. I am committed to change. Come on. There we go. What's next? Bone carving. Bone carver. Doodle-doodle-doo. He carves bones into pretty things. Fishing, fish cleaning and fish dissection, all tedious things. Furnace operating. Okay. People aren't as good as I would like, but that's okay. They'll get there. One of our people is conflicted between engraving and furnace operating, but we do only have 2 furnaces. Then again, people sleep, so it might make sense to have a surplus of operators. Let's keep it that way. Metalsmithing? Good lord. Vehemut. You're not just a poet. You're also a great weaponsmith. How do we harness this? How do we harness Vehemut the Goblin? Okay, armoring. Yeah, blacksmithing. Yeah. Metal crafting. Again, another visitor. Very good. Gem cutting. Mediocre at best. Gem setting. Worse. Glass making. Still very low considering the amount of work that's been put into the glass making. You know what? I'm going to get that lad to focus. I mean, sure, they run out of sand with relative frequency, but what we'll do is we'll just experiment with having focus on that, and we'll try and buy in as much sand as we can. Who knows, maybe we'll unearth a source underground. It's possible. Shearers, okay. Spinners, okay. We haven't got anyone spinning and weaving. Maybe we should be doing that. Clothes making. Holy moly. The clothes getting made in our fortress must be pretty damn spiffing. Got some dyers, but no dyeing facilities. No strand extractors, but we don't have any candy yet. Pottery, glazing, coming along. Mechanics, of course, we've got a load of mechanics. Architects, should have tons of architects. Siege engineers, I've got a couple. And siege operators, we've got a few of those. How about pump operating? What a pointless skill. Beekeeping? Oh, maybe we should build some hives. This guy looks like he might know what he's doing. Who are you? What do you do? You're a, who are you? What do you do? Crossbowman. Okay, Eral. Maybe we'll think about getting some hives in for you. Any wax workers? Nope. Any paper makers? Only visiting. And any bookbinders? None at all. Okay, that's good. We're going to ignore the military skills for now. I'm just going to let the guys train for a bit, see what's going on. Let's take another quick peek at chat. Hello, Dr. Evig. I am a dwarven soap maker. Is as attracted to your stream. I am a dwarven soap maker. Is as attractive to your stream as I felt you were in dire need of my services. Well, there you go. Oh, I see the correction. Fair enough. I read that wrong. Yes. Well, I mean, if we can get soap going, that's good because it's the final puzzle piece to our hospital, and our hospital is pretty good. Although we are going to be replacing it relatively soon when we start moving to the new fortress, which I keep talking about for like 3 or 4 sessions, but never happens. And hello, Sanctum Spiritstone. Welcome back to the stream. Right, let's go back to the fortress. Now we're aware of who is still alive. There we go. Maybe I should get a sound for that. It's a bit weird having these silent transitions. Hello, Cupo. A reliable source has informed me that Scoundrel wears socks to bed. On occasion, it has happened. In fact, last night, I went to bed. Well, I took them off later on in the evening, but I just sort of fell asleep wearing them. I'm a terrible sleeper. Let's have a little look here. Clearly, we need to murder everything between us and the new fortress. Well, I mean, that could be effective, but then again, it's only our own citizens between us and the new fortress right now, and as such, mass murder could end up being counterproductive, although I can't imagine many circumstances in which mass murder is productive, regardless of whether it's on your own people or not. Seems like a bit of a bad move. Bit of a mistake. Excuse me, speaking of mistakes. Hick up. Okay, so things are on pause, things are going on. What are we going to do to expand this? Now, I'm thinking a bedroom level. However, somebody has made me aware of a thing I call the bedroom column, which seems like a very clever idea. What you do is you just dig a massive staircase down, and then around it do a series of small rooms just coming off of it, and then do a different room on every floor. And it's such a space saver. I mean, in terms of X, Y, I mean, in Z ways, it's actually quite a space hog. But never mind. This place was not murdered by elves. No, the elves only killed 10 dwarves. It wasn't that bad. It was an acceptable loss considering my military history. And they did quite well. Mass plague outbreak, not yet. And no vampire uprising because I think at least half of the vampires of the fortress, i.e. one, is locked away in our eternal barracks, which is a good place for them to be. Okay, so what's the priority on this? We want to get this bastard fighting pit finished soon. So DH, can I see the priorities? 6s and 7s. This won't do. This won't do. 5s. Okay, so those 5s are becoming 1s. Ooh, there we go, went the wrong way around there. So Diddly diddly do 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 do. There we go. Unnecessary sound effects. Although maybe they are necessary because I haven't. Oh, hang on a minute. We're on the wrong floor. Boop. There we go. Oh wait, no, no. These ones need to be 2. And these ones need to be 3. Yes. Yeah, I think so. Then we go down 1 floor, and we're doing all right. Still got to dig out a bit more. Get those floors done. I mean, actually, 3 and then 4. I really don't want to screw my dwarves and get them stuck on ledges. It's so annoying when they start starving. And then 5. We take this one out. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2. Oh, good grief. I built this room so inconveniently sized. Oh, maybe do it on the correct floor, though. That would make sense. There we go. No. God, how do I beans this so hard? Oh. Oh. Oh, there we go. Apparently I don't know when I have and haven't pressed enter. There we go. Oh, brilliant. That's what we want to see. And that should be the ground floor there. Although we still have a bit of stuff to remove. Okay. Back up to the fortress. So where do we put our bedroom column? That's the question. I'm thinking maybe just off of here. Uh-oh. What's this? Someone got taken by a mood. Outdoors, no less. Where are you? Where is the little fella? Hey. Hey. No, there he is. I see him. I see him. Let's follow the little lad and see where he goes. Come on. Lead me to the... What are you doing? Just sitting there. Why are you just... Oh, he's up a step ladder. Is this a problem? Does the mood make him incapable of using the step ladder properly? Oh dear. Come on. You can do it. You gonna move? No. Perhaps you could move the entrance to the new fort behind all the cage traps and seal off the entrance in front of the bridge. You know what, Filthy? I was thinking of all sorts of crazy ways to do that, to connect the fortresses and sort them out and make them safe. And you've just cut right through the Gordian knot with a slash of your sword, your intellectual blade. Congratulations. Okay, I get the feeling this guy's going to fucking lose his mind because he's stuck up a ladder. What can we do about this lad up his ladder? I mean, we could cut the tree he's up in down, but that might kill him. You know what? I think it's the only way. Let's do it. Let's remove this tree. Bingo. And these 2 for good measure. Although they are in our fruit orchards, so do we really want to... Are they orchards? Are they orchards for fruit? Or is it just apples that have orchards? Okay, we'll wait here and see what happens. Holy shit, the frame rate! Look at the frame rate. What have I done? What have I done? Build a staircase up. Filthy, you're full of lateral thinking tonight. What is this? How are you so good? And why has my frame rate suddenly plummeted? I tell you what, I'm fairly certain this is going to be an issue of too many birds. So let's get some slaughtering on. Let's get some sweet dinners. Let's go to the therapist. Hello. Hello, scientific hooligan. Oof. Ouch, owie, your frames. Yes, well, I obviously agree. We may be moving over to Kenchi sooner than I thought. Oh my goodness. So let's take a look at the animals. And let's sort by race. Or in this case, species would be more correct, wouldn't it? So, blue peafowls. We've got 2 cocks and 2 hens. The cocks are getting the blocks. We've got surprisingly few cats. Normally they breed out of control, but they seem relatively restrained in their sexual activities, so that's nice. Let's cull the male chicks. I think we, in fact... We'll cull... No, we'll just cull all the male chicks. What am I doing? I'm not even setting the butcher order, idiot. There we go. Cull the male chicks. You know what? Both the roosters can go. Oh, I say both of them, but we've got 2 named ones, which I can't butcher. Bit of a tragedy. We've got a cougar. That needs training, doesn't it? Can we train from here? No, it can tell us how well trained it is, but we can't actually train it from here. The cows probably aren't causing any problems. The dogs are looking like they might be hogging some frames. Certainly all these puppies. And as we learned from 101 Dalmatians, puppies do make the best gloves. So, maybe. Maybe. We'll think about it. Donkeys, geese, I mean, goose eggs, all good, but they seem to be breeding out of control, don't they? I mean, do we even need all these geese? I mean, we were focusing on turkeys and we were getting a relatively good haul of egg. And we've got chickens now. They're good for eggs. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what, we're going to have a full goose cull. Goodbye, ganders and geese. There we go, they're all going. Keep the giant hamster, giant black bears, sure. Keep the giant magpies, yeah. Giant wolverines, I hope giant magpies lay giant eggs, that would be nice. Goats, they can stay. Groundhogs, do we need one? I bought it. 8-year-old groundhog, that sounds old for a groundhog. Do they live that long? I don't know. We've got a koala. Poor bastard. Legendary climber, to be expected. Llamas. We'll keep the llamas for their milk and their coats. We could kill some... Whoa. Holy mother of fuck. Well, the gobblers can go straight away. We don't need them anymore. Here's me looking at the pigs thinking, shall I kill a couple of pigs and maybe gain a frame or two? And look at these poults knocking around. We just can't sustain this number of chickadees. So, like Hannibal Lecter, we're going to have the fortress denizens indulge in that special little treat that's illegal. You remember that episode of Hannibal where he gets the little live chick and eats it? I mean, potty, but, I mean, it's going to go to waste otherwise. So let's... There we go, a little sound effect for you. Nearly choked on my own saliva there. Water buffaloes and yaks. There we go. These orders are committed. Let the cull commence. And let's go back to Dwarf Fortress, because now we've called those things to their ultimate doom. We can unpause the game and let it happen. So, staircase up, you say? Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? What? It must be the birds hogging the frames, right? This little room stuffed full of birds has got to be an issue. Too many chicks, that's the problem. Why are there clothes in the food? Sheep wool dress, snowy owl leather cap? Did somebody die in the food stockpile? Hard to say. We should really put a butcher's up here, because they're going to have to take them from here to the next fortress, aren't they? Aha! Maybe we could just pop it in this little room here. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm sure the male birds will all be thrilled to see their friends and families slaughtered in front of them. Or we could just put it here. And then actually, we just put it in the kitchens. Why am I macking around? Workshop, butchers. You. There we go. And we'll pop that there. Make it out of marble. Why not? What's this thing here that's not getting built? Is it anything at all? Oh, no. Oh, yes, it is. It's a still. Needs brewing or plant gathering. Both of which are available. Oh, construction suspended. Of course. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be suspended? Right, let's dismantle the other butcher's shop to force the issue. Where is the other butcher's shop? Oh, it's in here, isn't it? There it is. Ah, I've remembered why we don't put butcher's shops in with everything else. Thanks, miasma baffle. You reminded me. Use the mouse. Oh, I've got to stop using the mouse. It just doesn't work properly. Remove the building. Boom. Needs butchery, small animal. That's fine. We'll leave the tanner's shop here for now. Let's check the petitions out. Mab Netpalm wants to entertain. Well, he can entertain the notion of pissing off, because we don't need more entertainers. Our entertainment industry rivals Bollywood at the moment, so frankly, adding more makes no sense at all. Okay, so we need to get a miasma baffle and slaughterhouse dug out. So let's remove this butcher's workshop, because I've got other plans. I have other plans for you, my pretty. Let's go to level 1. Put a little room down here with a miasma baffle. Actually, let's be a little bit more prudent. Let's also put a corridor in. So I'm going to do this. There we go. A little corridor here. Comes off like... and this is extravagant, but Bear with me. I don't want anybody but the butcher's shop people getting involved in miasma. It's a real issue. Miasma. Not even once. Oh, for Christ's sake. There we go. D, and then we'll put our little baffle in. How much is that baffle you're constructing? The one with the many-tiered shape. Oh my god, this mouse thing is silly. I should be getting myself into the habit of using the keyboard controls. Okay, and then we'll do this, this, and this, and this. And a little clean up with that. One more row? Sure, one more row. And then we'll... Oh, for fuck's sake! There we go. Do that. How many is it across? 5, 4, 5, and then... Can we fit another workshop in here? Surely not. The very notion must be madness. I think we can, but it's going to look all lopsided and shit. So what we'll do is instead, we're going to get rid of this bad boy here. There we go. Boom. And then we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then we'll put something a little smaller in the middle and have a third room. Aha, you see where I'm going with this? Just set back a bit. In fact, let's get rid of that. There we go. And, oh no, we do need to have that one there. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. And then we have our miasma generating industries. Fantastic. Sounds like a great corporate name, doesn't it? Welcome to miasma generating industries. For decades, we have been pumping out pure purple miasma into the atmosphere, choking the citizens of our fortress. I mean, I don't know what they're selling, but certainly they've copped to their crimes. Oh. Excuse me, having a little swiggeroo there. Okay, so we've got that designated. Let's also do a designation for this bedroom tower. Oh, God, until that gets dug out, we aren't killing any babby chickens. Although once that is there and the butcher's shop is in, the slaughter will proceed with great alacrity, it would seem. Selling gas masks probably to deal with all the miasma. That makes sense. That makes sense. That has a lot of ring of truth, the ring of the real world to it. Okay, what do we got here? This is our bears. What's this thing here? A walnut wood wheelbarrow and a giant wolverine. Okay, schnicked. Can't really train them for combat, which is a bit disappointing, but never mind. We put the purple in putrid. Dr. Evig, what's miasma? Well, miasma, or if you prefer to pronounce it that way, miasma, I hear people pronounce it that way occasionally, is a purple cloud of noxious fumes that comes off of any rotting material when left indoors, or not exposed to the sky. And dwarves don't like walking through it. And I think it can give them health issues as well, unless I'm mistaken. But, you know, best to avoid it. So I build this special little separated area. I mean, the miasma probably won't come out of these workshops and get any further up than here, but I put this in just for a little bit of visual variety, you know, something to make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, rotting body stink. Anyway, sorry, got distracted there. Making it sound like I am a big fan of stinky rot, but I'm not, don't worry. Let's go to the surface and think about doing our connection to the fortress. I think what we should do... I'm worried because we've got a soil wall up against this, which is a bit of a problem. I might need to build actual walls around here just to be safe, because I am absolutely certain I have seen invading goblins tunnel through, if not soil, sand. I've never heard of it anywhere else, but I definitely saw it happen. Because they tunneled in through my sand-walled graveyard. I know, it's an affront to dwarven nature, but it's just what I did. It's what I done, innit? It's what I done. See, I could just dig a tunnel here and connect up like that and wall these off. But then we've only got the 2 sets of traps to go through. Although I could bolster this. I could remove these and stick this corridor and this corridor, or even more with traps. Kinda makes sense, doesn't it? It has a certain sense about it. Reminder, dwarf mood up in the tree. You have a very good point, Claycree. Let's check this lad out. And there's the tree with the step ladder under it. Nobody's cut it down yet, and he's still in the frigging tree. Brilliant. That's practical. Mind you, at 8 frames a second, how much in-game time has actually passed since we were alerted to his mood? He may well just be making his first tentative steps down the ladder. Maybe. I'm giving you a lot of slack there. I have a strong feeling we're going to end up with a nutcase in a tree. There's a nutcase in the tree, tra-la-la-la-la. I find a butchery is unlikely to make miasma unless you're butchering giant numbers of animals at once and have no barrels, no food stockpiles allowing barrels. Well, we may have a lack of barrels. There's a possibility of that. But we have food stockpiles. So all is good. Hello, what's this? Flipping traders. Have we already traded with these? Who's in there? Are they human? Are they human? Or are they traders? Does anybody remember if we traded with these lads? You know what? We can miss a trade. I feel like I've traded with them. If I haven't, then oh well. It's not the greatest loss in the world. It could be a lot worse. For example, I could be on fire, which would definitely make it more difficult to stream. And make Dwarf Fortress almost impossible to play. I assume. Maybe not. Maybe it could be a small, cold fire. Perhaps just a tiny little smoulder on my socks. Very odd thing to say. Right, so this frame rate isn't going to increase at all until we deal with this massive chicken problem. I mean, we don't have a massive chicken. We just have a lot of... Well, it's not chickens even. It's turkeys. It's baby turkeys knocking around. We need to get rid of them. And without that bloody butcher's shop, there's not much we can do. The miners have taken to the call. They've decided to come and do the digging. But, you know what? Temporarily, butcher's workshop. UW? U? Oh my god, I did it without looking at the list. Amazing. There we go. Marble butcher's shop. Marble seems like a good material to make butcher's shops out of, right? Polish it up nice and easy to wash all the blood off. Or does marble absorb blood? I'm not sure on the porosity of marble. Certainly you wouldn't want to make a pumice slaughtering stone. Or maybe you would. Maybe you worship Khorne, the chaos god of Warhammer, and perhaps you want to have a stone saturated with blood. I mean, I'm sure Khorne would love it. You'd absolutely get tingles from it. Khorne would look at you and go, "You're my favourite bringer of pain." Is it even pain? Khorne's not really even about pain, is he? He's just about death and destruction. I mean, of course I'm gendering a conceptual demonic entity, but, you know, seems to fit, right? Feels like a he. Feels he, man. Sorry, there's a reference for the older ones among us. Khorne isn't about death. With death means no combat. So ideally, thinking on it, okay, I reckon the ideal sacrifice to Khorne is a couple of lads fighting each other with tiny knives barely long enough to pierce through the top layers of fat and flesh. So you're just cutting each other up and going, yeah, and like slashing each other to ribbons on the surface. Oh my god, just thinking about that is crazy. Why? Oh dear, oh dear. F in the chat for my mental state. Okay, so this is all getting done. It's getting smooth. That's nice. People are coming down to do this mining. Oh, they're already here. That's good. 8 frames a second is rather a punishing rate to dig out this kind of area. But, you know, we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. Which is probably going to be a lot of waiting and me blathering on. So, I mean, if you're here for high-speed, hot dwarf-on-dwarf action, maybe it's time to take a walk, because I feel like the majority of this is just going to be me going blah, 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 blah. Have you noticed how much I love the sound of my own voice? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let's put some more doors on in the entryway. And maybe we'll put in an order for some cages so we can get some more cage traps down here. Although I feel like at this stage, once we're down into the fortress, we want to move on to something a little bit more substantial. Maybe a weapon trap or something? Well, probably some death, or there wouldn't be skulls for the skull throne thing, but from what I remember, they are more about combat than the death. It does seem like it's a lot about being very angry and very aggressive. I mean, you know, the Khorne aesthetic is quite spiky. It's quite spiky. And of course, the Slaanesh aesthetic is boobs. Tit demons. I remember the good... Do they still have... a tit demon still a thing? I mean, they're not actually... they're not like a demonic tit, like a cacodemon from Dwarf Fortress, from Doom, with one nipple instead of an eye. They're sort of just sort of demonette things with like rows of boobs on their underside. I didn't know what kind of breadth of audience Games Workshop are pitching for these days. Maybe... I mean, if you can have like a demon that's disemboweling people and like rotting bits of flesh hanging off it, surely you can put a couple of boobs on there. That's got to be less of a worry. I know certainly if I discovered one of my children had drawn a pair of tits, I'd be less worried than if they'd drawn someone being hacked to pieces. That's the way I think about it, at least. Why I'm thinking about it is probably a bad thing, but whatever. Come on, guys, get this baffle dug. Dig the baffle. Dig the baffle, dig the baffle, dig the baffle, dig... See, I'm worried here. Now I've got this 3-wide corridor. If we head into a situation where these two have picked something to dig, and then someone else can't... Or no, if someone else picks the exposed stone to dig, and these lads don't get the exposed pieces, they'll run off, and it'll take forever for them to get back. I'm not sure if it will help your FPS, but you can type clean map into the terminal. Let's give that a crack. I mean, everything's worth a shot, right? So, clean, all one word, let's try it. Clean map. Clean map is not a recognised command. Clean space map. Clean 219 of 21,708 map blocks. That sounds good. Let's go back to the game, or at least I'll go back to the game and stop looking at DF hack and see what's going on. Doesn't seem to have done much in the immediate situation. Still very much at 8 frames a second. The god of table flipping. Yes, I can imagine Khorne is a bit of a sore loser. Not a great sport. Unless the sport is Blood Bowl, in which case he's probably quite into it. Virtual Spaceman says the only way to cut down on FPS death is to build forts over multi-layers. Too much in one layer slows crap down due to pathing. Okay. So maybe a series, not just bedroom columns, but maybe workshop columns. Does that not make minecarts a little bit awkward? Does that not cause dabbling in that arena to be a little bit more difficult? Or am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. We've got to get back and finish Fallout 4, haven't we? I've left it for too long. Now the YouTube videos have had a huge hiatus. When it comes back, all the people who are watching it are going to go, this old shit? What the fuck? How long does it take you to record an episode? Come on, dig this baffle. Dig that fucking baffle. You tart. No. Bad. Stop singing. I've got to stop singing. Maybe I should get some music back in the stream. Put a little bit of the old Dwarf Fortress music in the background. The trouble is, much as it's a lovely piece, the loop is savage, and you do get back to it fairly often. And then when you use the sound sense music, there's a couple of tracks in there that just really bring me out. They totally destroy my immersion, which is not good. It takes a while to get immersed in a game with graphics like this. Also, I suggest you try Meth's pack instead of Lazy Noob pack. It's way better optimised. Oh, Meth's pack. Is there any chance you could put a link to that in my Discord? Cheeky little promotion for the Discord there. Anybody else interested? Feel free to click and join us. We don't just talk about Dwarf Fortress. In fact, we have a specific room for talking about Dwarf Fortress, which might indicate how much stuff is going on there. We have to separate it out. Otherwise, madness would ensue. I'm making it sound like it's incredibly busy. It's just a little chit-chat. It's not like there's hundreds of people shouting at each other. Don't be intimidated. Give it a visit. Give it a little clicky. Anyway, where was I? I was getting distracted. We were waiting for stuff to happen. Ah, yes. The classic Dwarf Fortress scenario. That butcher's shop is really priority. Let's click on it and make it a now job. Can I click, click, click? Come on, mouse control. Give me a little bit of a break. Construction inactive. We can't make it go now. Why? Why? We should have plenty of butchers about. Watch out, butchers about. Watch out, butchers about. Yeah, you better watch out, 'cause the butcher's about. Again, probably not the best reference for an international audience. I'm pretty sure the audience for... wrong person. The audience for Jeremy Beadle memes... Christ, then he said Jimmy Savile. Whoop, said it. The audience for Jeremy Beadle memes is quite geographically and temporally limited. I think you have to have been born in a certain time and a certain place. Then again, maybe you're an extreme Anglophile and you've delved deep into 80s and 90s, possibly even 70s British culture and discovered all about the tiny-handed wonder. Jesus Christ. Somebody help me. I'm pretty sure I need help. No idea what kind of help. I know that's not helpful to you. But, you know, if anyone out there is a trained psychological? That's not a word. Psychological professional? You know, I'd be interested to hear your opinion. I'll ignore it probably, but I'd be interested to hear your opinion. Rices could help. Ah, excellent. Excellent. Good news. Somebody has a ability to help. I can send you little kittens for sanity checks. I'm not the guy to send kittens to. I'm not an animal person. I like animals. I think animals are cool. But I don't want to live with animals. I don't mind. Anything that can live in a tank, a cage, or the garden, fine. Whatever. Kids can have that. Anything that's going to be in the house with me is a big no-no. Anything that fucking licks me dies instantly. No fucking questions asked. Just immediate execution. Do not let your pets lick me. Ugh! God! Just the thought of those hideous black lips makes me feel sick. Ugh. Other than that, though, I don't mind dogs. In general, as long as they're not licky. Ugh. That's the worst. Anyway, where was I? God, I've gone off a little tangent there. Probably absolutely butchered my view account with that little outburst. The internet not known for respecting the opinions of those who dislike kittens and puppies. Well, dislike is a strong word. I just don't see the need for entertainment slaves. I've got a computer that keeps me very happy. I don't need a little enslaved thing in my house going, am I satisfying your need for companionship, master? Will you feed me? Will you take me for a walk? I don't need that. I've got 2 children. They, much better. I mean, for a start, they've literally never shit in the garden. They eventually stopped shitting themselves and can now talk. Give me a dog with thumbs that can talk to me, and I'll reconsider. A werewolf? Oh. Oh my. Well, you know, not all animals fresh from the grill. I mean, have some restraint. I mean, I don't want to be trying panda steaks. Oh, well, you know what? If someone slapped it down in front of me and said, this is panda, I'd definitely be like, well, I do wonder what it tastes like. I mean, I'm certainly not going to tell anybody I've eaten it, but you've cooked it now, so bit of a waste if I don't, right? I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some moral darkness there. It's not a shining white light of paragon behaviour, is it? It's a bad man thing. I can give you a fan fiction of dogs with thumbs. Is that good enough? I mean, give it a go. Maybe I'll become a convert. Maybe every dog I see from that point on, I will just mentally superimpose thumbs on them and a big black sensor bar over their mouths. Oh, God. Anyway, where was I? We have had discussions of adopting a rescue parrot. That has been discussed, and I don't mind that so much. I don't know why. Mainly because at least, even though it won't spend all its time in an enclosure. It will at least sleep in an enclosure at night and definitely won't get in the fucking bed with me. I have enough problems with that with kids. One little nightmare and pop, there they are, straight in the bed, and you're sitting there thinking, get out, there's no room, you're too big. Anyway, we've gone very, very tangential and on dangerous waters, I would say. It's not the kind of thing you want to be saying on the internet. People get very upset. I should have restrained myself. But of course, in classic scoundrel fashion, my lips moved before my brain did. So, brilliant news. Brilliant news. It tastes lazy. What tastes lazy? Oh, panda. I bet it does. I would imagine it tastes of bean shoots. I reckon it would probably be quite good, you know, fried up with a bit of bean shoots, maybe some oyster sauce. I mean, I'm guessing. I've got no idea what pandas actually bears. They are bears, aren't they? Because there's something like the koala bear is not a bear. It's a marsupial, and there's also another thing that's commonly referred to as a bear that isn't actually a bear. What the fuck is it? A bear would be interesting to see up close, but definitely not pet material. People who keep people who keep big wild animals are definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. Like all those people who buy pet big cats. I mean, what the fuck are you thinking? What are you gonna do? What? I mean, what is your end game goal? Has anybody heard of a film? Oh God, what's it called? I think it's called Raw. Let me quickly Google this because this is important. This is an important parable for those of you considering the purchase or breeding of big cats. ROAR, say film. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Rather than the Wikipedia entry, I'm just going to quickly go to YouTube and find a link to the trailer so you can just witness the madness. I think we've spoken about this before, but it's proper batty. Holy shit, the entire film is on YouTube, and it's the first result. Regardless, I'll put the trailer on. My God, the making of's on here as well. Essentially, somebody decided to make a movie with 150 untrained lions and tigers. Pure madness. The amount of people who got wounded on the thing. Oh, actually, here's a good video. Sorry. Bear with me here. I know I shouldn't be just sitting here referring you to another platform. But here's a quick YouTube link to a good YouTuber's coverage of the making of the movie. And hopefully you'll find it interesting. There you go. There you go. Enough of this tangent. Let's get back into the game because, frankly, I've done very little gameplay. Although I note, looking at the preview screen, that we're currently sitting at 8 frames a second, so I've probably got some time to just kill. Just wait for it to happen. Have they built the butchers yet? Damn it. Dismantling the previous butchers was a mistake, I now realise. Although it's still there. No, it has been removed. Shit. I should probably remove these kitchens and stills as well, seeing as we have those facilities elsewhere in the fortress now. So let's get rid of those. Good. Keep the tannery for now and the fishery because I can't be asked to build another fishery. Although maybe we could build one down in the cavern where they're actually fishing. That might make things more, get ready for it, efficient. Beautiful. What a beautiful little joke there. Sorry, where were we? Let's get back up to the surface. Is anything going on with that lad in the tree? Has he decided it's time to come down? Well, the tree's come down, but he's still on the stepladder. Great. Well, hopefully he'll stay up there when he loses his mind and just keep flailing in the air until he dehydrates or something. But I am a bit worried that someone else might come along and stick a stepladder next to him and go, "Are you all right there?" And he'll just punch him in the face, they'll fall and die, and he'll remain unaffected by his undeadened by his madness. Oh my goodness. We've been recording for 59 minutes, making this nigh on an hour-long video again. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for listening to my incessant prattle. It's now over. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.